Hi, and welcome back. It's now time to be actors. So, we're going to use our bodies. Everybody wiggle a little bit, and we'll end up using our voices. And we've already read the story. So, we're going to use the things that we learned in the story. And the first thing we do is be characters. So, remember that statue that we did? We're going to start with statues. So, everyone show me Max. Max is our first character. What does the statue of Max look like? Good. Remember, and that is Max. Let's think. Another character in our story is Max's mom. What might mom look like? And she's not very happy with him, is she? Right? So, what does that look like? And then one of my favorite things in the story is we get to be wild things. So let's start with the statue first. What might be the statue of your wild things? Right? Choose a second statue for your wild thing. We're going to come up with three poses, and then a third one. What's our third statue for our wild thing? What else might they do? Good job. Go ahead and shake that out. Yay. Our next thing in our story is setting or place, right? So some of the places that we are in our story, think back, think in your heads. We start off at the very beginning in Max's house. So let's think about rooms in your house. What might be some things that you could do? And remember, we need to stay school appropriate, right? What might be some things that you might do in the living room or in your bedroom or in the kitchen? And what if you're just walking around the house from room to room? What might that be like? And then we're going to go to our bedrooms. We go to Max's room. He gets sent to his bedroom, right? Without any supper at all, right? So we're in our bedroom. So let's think again, things we do in our bedrooms. Well, we sleep in our bedrooms. We sometimes read books. We play games. We might be in our bedrooms right now, right? In our virtual Zooms and our virtual worlds. We might be taking class. We just might be on the computer or watching TV. So you decide, what are you doing in your bedroom? And then in our story, an ocean tumbles by. So oceans have waves, right? And if it's tumbling, it definitely has waves. So what might that be like? And oceans also make sound. Can you make sound for me? And then we also get the forest. Remember, in Max's room, a forest grows. It grew and grew and grew. So we have three levels of the forest, three of those. So let's start teeny, teeny, tiny. The forest is just growing, right? It's teeny, teeny, tiny. So it grew, and then it grew, medium level, and grew nice and big. And then there's the ceiling with vines everywhere, right? And they're moving. Show me what that is like. So when we get to that place in the story, remember, let's do that one more time. We're going to have our forest. It starts small, teeny, teeny, tiny, and it grows a little bit and grows bigger and even bigger. And then the ceiling with the vines, right? So that's our forest. And when we are in the forest, we also get to be at the place where the wild things are. So everyone show me the statue of your wild things. Good job. Can you shake that out for me? Nice. So the next thing we want to deal with are two words: action, right? The things we do. And the things we feel, right? Because how we do things is often based on how we feel. So we're going to start with some of the things that Max does, right? And the first thing he does is he puts on his wolf suit. So can everyone out there put their wolf suit on for me? Remember, how many legs does a wolf have? Right? And if it's a wolf suit, you might have to button it or zip it. You decide. Do you have buttons? Do you have zips? Do you have Velcro? How does your wolf suit get finished? And then everybody put their wolf head and hat on or hood. And then show me the statue of a wolf. You are now a wolf. And let me hear the wolves howl. Good. So Max is running around in his wolf suit, right? And one of the first things he does is he talks back to his mother. Show me a statue of what that looks like if he's going to talk back to her. Uh-oh. He also is running around the house being mischievous. So what does that look like? He's up to no good, right? And in our story, we know he's chasing the dog with a fork, something we don't do at home. It's just in the story. But if you were being mischievous at home, what might you do? You could pretend to scare someone, like jump out, right? What other things could you do? Think about that. You could sneak about. Can everyone just show me sneaking about? What's that look like? And Max gets sent to his room without any supper at all. So he's either going to, how might he walk if he's going back to his room? He could stomp because he's mad, although that's going to get him in a lot more trouble, isn't it? Or he could just kind of sluggishly move because he's like grumpy and sad. And then he's hungry because he was sent without any food at all and he's hungry. But then when that ocean comes tumbling by, he's going to sail off. So can everyone show me Max sailing off? What's that look like in your sailboat, right? And then he gets to play and be very bold and strong and the king of all the wild things. So what's that look like if he's the king of the wild things, right? But then he's lonely. He's thinking about it. He's lonely. He's hungry. And what does he want to do? Be where someone loves him most of all. So he ends up back in his room and he's happy to be there, right? Because it's his room. Maybe he has a favorite toy or a favorite blanket and he grabs it and he welcomes it and he's all happy. And he also looks around. Take a nice big deep breath in. Breathe in because he smells his favorite food, his favorite supper is waiting for him. So think about what's your very favorite food. Think about it and smell it. Oh, and go ahead and eat it. Show me. Can we tell what your favorite food is by what you're eating and how you're eating? And it's really good. So those are Max's feelings and his actions. Good job. Wiggle that out, toss it aside. And we're going to be the wild thing. So show me the statue of your wild thing, right? And the wild things roar their terrible roars. Let me hear them. Roar! Good. They gnash their terrible teeth, right? They're gnashing. They roll their terrible eyes. Can you roll your eyes about, right? Oh, and they do that without blinking ever once. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and open our eyes nice and big, right? We're going to count to 10 and see if, are you ready? See if we can do that without blinking. Are you ready? Close them, open them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gun blink. And one of the last things they do is show their terrible claws. Oh, but Max frightens them. What does that look like? You're frightened. The wild things are frightened. And then they beg him to stay. What does it mean to beg and plead? What does it look like in your bodies? We're begging, we're pleading. Oh. And now you get to decide. You can do this as Max or you can do this as a wild thing because they all do it. They're very bold. So either show me Max or the wild thing being very bold, right? Show me them being hungry. They're both hungry at times. right? Because Max does the same thing to them that his mom did to him. And then they're really, really happy and they have a celebration. Show me happy. And they swing through the trees. And they have a huge parade and they march about. And they're happy. Show me big happy. And then they have a huge dance. Everybody, favorite dances. Right? And if it's a monster, how does your monster wild thing dance too? They have claws, right? So they might dance a certain way. All right. And shake that out. And our last thing to learn before we act everything out is dialogue, the things our characters say. So, first, let's take the statue of Mom. Remember our statue for Mom? And she calls Max a wild thing. So I'm going to say it and you're going to repeat it. Wild thing.
Wild thing.
Good. Shake that out. And now show me Max. Show me your statue of Max. One of the first things Max says is, I'll eat you up. So you ready? I'm going to say it. You're going to repeat it. Here we go. I'll eat you up.
I'll eat you up.
Be still.
Be still.
Stop.
Stop.
And the last thing he says is, no.
No.
Good. Shake that out. And now be your wild thing. And the wild things say to Max, oh, please don't go.
Oh, please don't go.
We'll eat you up.
We'll eat you up.
We love you so.
We love you so.
Good. Shake that out. So now we have all our dialogue, we have our actions, we have our feelings, we have our characters, we have our places. We are going to take a few minutes and make a prop or a costume. And when we come back, we're going to put it all together and you are going to act the story out with us. So we'll see you in a few minutes.